YouTube, how's it going? The quest for the perfect lighting is always a battle, right? Am I right? Anyway, sorry I look homeless as always. So I just wanted to share really fast. So as you all know, world, or I don't know if you do know, I don't fucking know. My son, Mickey Bright, who's 4, has cerebral palsy. Not a big deal. It's just something that we deal with. He was diagnosed at about 15 months. He gets physical therapy and occupational therapy, and he's going to start hippotherapy on this Wednesday. So that's very exciting. I'm going to share some pictures of him and videos, but what I really wanted to talk about was he has been really interested in martial arts lately. My brother, which is his uncle, obviously, he practices jitzu, and Mickey loves anything martial arts, anything that with ninjas and Ninja Turtles and just that mobility. And obviously, since he has lack of mobility in his lower extremities, you know, he is in a wheelchair, but he walks assisted. But anyway, so he has been really wanting to practice martial arts, to learn martial arts. So I took him to a Taekwondo class. I called and I was like, look, my son has cerebral palsy. I was like, he can walk, but he's assisted and he's in a wheelchair, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, that's not a problem. Bring him in. You know, we'll work with him, whatever. We'll adjust or adapt or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I brought him in. That was a Friday. And he did really good. He was practicing. He was doing all the movements that the master wanted him to do. He was moving his little arms and his little legs and trying so hard. It really touched my heart. And after about 15 minutes, the headmaster, or whatever they're called in Taekwondo, he came up and he was like, look, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to accept your son to the program. You know, maybe you need to find some outdoor activities. And I did get kind of a little cray-cray and a little defensive because I was like, listen, motherfucker, like my son gets physical therapy, occupational therapy. I do physical therapy every single day with him. I was like, this is just something that he really wanted to do, that he really wanted to participate. And I do not want to deny him something that he wants, right? So that really pissed me off. So then I was like, whatever. And I was crying and crying and crying. And, you know, I didn't want Mickey to see me cry because, like, who wants to see their mom cry, right? So that night I was Googling, like, different, I don't know a lot about martial arts. So I was Googling the different types of martial arts. And my brother, who practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was like, well, have you tried Jiu-Jitsu? And I was like, I don't even know what that is. I was like, whatever. He's like, well, it's more groundwork. He goes, I think he'll be able to do it. Anyways, I start calling. I'm like, all right, cool. So I start calling. My brother gives me the list of like 5 places. Apparently, he's like big in the Jiu-Jitsu world, which is kind of cool. But so I start calling, and nobody's answering because it's Friday at like 8:30 p.m. Okay, like it was after the Taekwondo class that I was in, after I was crying. It was when I started my calling. So I said, fuck it. Tomorrow morning, we're just going to go in and we're going to talk to the dudes or girls fighting and see if we can sign up Mickey. So I was sending some emails. So Saturday morning comes and there is a class at 9:15 at this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu place in Sugar Land. And I said, we're going to show up. So apparently I got an email back on the way. And the guy, whoever this person was like, hey, just come on and bring him in. We want to see him. He's like, we'll work it, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, because I've heard that before. I've heard, you know, Taekwondo guys was like, it's fine. So I was like, whatever. So we get there and instantly, I mean, the vibe was just totally different. Like the lady was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. They put him in his little outfit, his little ninja outfit or whatever it's called. It's so cute. And he participated in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It was the cutest thing you would ever see. Like he was doing the moves and rolling around, and there was like 4 instructors in there, probably like 10 kids around, between like 3 and I think 7. They on Saturdays they mix both classes or whatever. So the little tiny champions and the tiny champions and little champions are in the same classroom. That's what they're called in this organization or whatever. So they go and Mickey's talking to the other kids and they're talking back, and the masters are like, parents cannot be involved. They cannot be on the mat. And I was like, good luck with that, motherfucker. I was like, Mickey's gonna, I was like, okay. And Mickey did so good. He listened to the masters. Finally, like there were 4 of them in there. They carried him where they needed to carry him. And they let him crawl and walk where he needed to crawl and walk. And it was just amazing participation. So shout out to them. Like, you know, that's how it should be. If a kid wants to fucking fight, let them fight. I mean, this is something that Mickey really wanted to do. How am I going to be like, no, you can't do it? Ugh, you know? So we're actually going to start going 3 times a week to jujitsu for Mick. I think it helps with discipline, and it helps with confidence and motivation to, you know, see that you're able to do something, that you don't have to like be in your walker or in your wheelchair. So yeah, later when he's a little bit older, maybe him and my brother can fight, which is funny because Danny, my husband, Mickey's dad, doesn't know anything about fighting, has never fought ever in his life. So this is definitely something that I think he got from the Fernandez side. Anyways, I just wanted to share. So parents, keep at it. Keep being badass. Don't take no for an answer. And if you need somebody to fuck somebody up, let me know. I will talk to you later. Bye. Sorry I look homeless.